Hey everybody, how are y'all doing tonight? Time, it's good to see you. Vicky, Victor, Anna Marie, Dorinda, Joyful, Guardian. Victor, did I already say Victor? Still good to see you, Victor. Dorinda, swear I saw Patrick. There he is. Patrick, good to see you. Gigi, all for his kingdom. Well, thank you, Dee. It's good to see you, all for his kingdom. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, I was almost a little late. Had to talk to my mama for a little bit. She's doing good. Did you get my text? Okay, y'all. Last night was a little crazy. Hey, Jan. Good to see you, hon. Awesome. Keep that pen going. Deanna, he was, they were at the very, very top. So I don't know if they're still here. You know what? I'm just going to drop the link. So I could probably use some help with prayers tonight. But I'll go ahead and there they are, Deanna. All right. Heavenly Father, we thank you for bringing us together again tonight for fellowship and hopefully some laughter, positivity during these times. We all need it. Just thank you every day that you give us together. Father, we pray that everyone stays safe. Strap your arms around them and let them know your love is there. Please keep all evil out of here. We bind it. Not allowed. Hopefully you give me or one of us the right words to say tonight. It's been a trying day. I ask this in Jesus' name. Amen. Long time no see, Deanna. So how's y'all's day been? Jen's busy working on affidavits. That's awesome. We need to get as many of those out there as we can. Hey, Chuck. Good to see you, Chuck.
Hi, Bonnie.
Hello, Dorinda.
Hello, everybody in chat. Hello, Chuck. Anybody I missed? Hello.
How are you? You
Okay.
sound exhausted already.
I just left Shane's show, and actually it was better tonight than it was last night. So that's a good thing. It was just, shooting the shit, and a bunch of new people showed up, and yeah, it was cool. And of course, I looked down at my clock on my TV on my computer, and it said 9:30, no, 9:27. I like, um, guys, I gotta go. And they're like, what? I said, Bonnie's going live in 3 minutes. I gotta go. And they're like, Bonnie's going live. I'm like, yeah, Bonnie's going live. So I don't know what they're doing over there, but I came over here.
Thank you. I appreciate your loyalty.
Well, I felt, and I still feel bad. Okay.
For
La-
what?
last night was, I'm gonna say, a shit show at Shane's. Okay.
Oh,
All right. With all the crap about Steven and Shane not paying attention to chat, and Jeff B being up there, and me getting PO'd. We're gonna put it rightly. I was PO'd, and I jumped up on panel because he's talking to Rob and he doesn't know what's going on, and because he can't read chat, and he's just being stupid, right?
Dorinda.
I apologize to Jeff for interrupting him, first of all, because that's what I do, right? I'm being nice. And then I kind of went off on Shane.
You got pedoed.
Well, like, when you're in chat and you message him with his name highlighted, and you tell him to look at a certain spot in chat, and you do it 5 or 6 freaking times, and he doesn't say anything because he hasn't looked, you get a little pissed off.
Yeah. I would just say,
Hey, ladies, love you.
if you're pedoed, you have to touch on the doll where he hurts you.
And I'm not gonna message him on the phone.
I know that. He already says he don't pay attention to chat half the time.
My brain doesn't work. This stupid thing, okay, I don't like it.
Hello, barbecue rock star.
Hell, I watch chat throw up videos and pictures and talk to y'all when I'm running one, and sometimes I'm frazzled after about 20 minutes. I'm like, what was I doing?
It was like, thank you, Joyful. But it was like, and he's talking on the phone to Rob, and he has no idea what's going on. And it's like, okay, Shane, you're off the phone from Rob. He goes, yeah. I said, this is what's going on. If you would have listened to the freaking messages that I sent you, okay? I said, I told you to look at chat at this particular time. This particular time, Alexis said Stephen was killed last night. And he goes, what? Stephen? I said, yeah, Stephen Pence was killed last night. I said, so right now your chat is all talking to Alexis because she needs our help.
Hey, Benjamin. Good to see you.
I'm sorry, Bonnie. I didn't mean to blow up your channel. But I was pissed last night.
Okay, but
I'm not tonight. I'm good tonight. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize.
Hey, Ben.
maybe we should rant about someone else's channel on another channel.
I know I shouldn't, and I apologize. And yes, I'll put my hands out, and you can slap my hands. You can slap me upside the head. Yes, I agree. I should not say anything.
There you go. You got the thumb.
It's not good manners to talk bad about us old deranged men.
Hey, John.
this year I'm going to hide my own Easter eggs for Christmas.
Well, hey, why not? We did those Christmas chocolate ball things at Christmas time, and the kids only got half of them because the cats that we had in the house or the dog we had in the house would get the ones on the lower level and bat them and play with them and throw them other places where they were supposed to be. Yeah, it was crazy.
Hi, Cashew.
Hello, everyone. Hello, John. Cashew.
Cashew. My favorite nut, cashew.
Yep, I agree.
That's not what it means.
I know. I know.
I know.
Gesundheit. That's what they say when someone sneezes.
Yes,
So I'm not sure what the cashew has to do with that, but
it's the hachu. So how do you spell that? Cashew.
ah, oh my
Bingo.
God.
Wow.
I'm just a little bit stupid sometimes. It takes a while to blow things into this brain. I'm Canadian. I can blame it on that. I have True Dump as a leader, so hey, that tells you everything. Sorry. I'll shut up now.
Oh, Dorinda, you are a mess.
Breathe. Breathe, Dorinda. Calm down.
Okay, this is a good time to show y'all something. I don't know if y'all remember about, well, I think it was sometime last week. I showed you Sean Foyt, and he was in Pennsylvania, and they had a prayer gathering.
Yeah.
And okay, so let me just pull it up. It doesn't have any noise, so I don't need to. Hey, okay, what am I doing wrong, Chuck?
I don't know what you did.
I don't either. I
Okay.
shared
You got to have the picture up. Make sure it's where you can leave it up there where it's standing there. You hit the Windows button, come back to YouTube, then hit down there to show it, and you look for it under.
Okay, but my share button turned into present.
Yeah, that's
Hit
It's still the same.
the present button.
yeah.
Go to your Google thing or whatever you got for your stuff, because I don't know what the word is. And then hit the present after that.
Well,
I
I
don't know why
didn't.
they changed it to present.
I don't either. That's why I was like, hey, wait, something's new here.
That's what I heard them telling News with Z-Man today. So I don't know if that's true. I don't know how you do it, but hey,
I've clicked it 5 times and still ain't got a gift.
yeah, you got to click your Google or whatever it is you're using.
Okay, well, anyway, I guess there's not a video about it, but they did. They went to Times Square in New York, and says no one wants to leave. Massive crowd comes together to worship God in Times Square.
Okay, did they get arrested?
Not that I know of, no, because and so they've actually got a movie coming out. I'll have to go back to that and see what it's called. Excuse me. And sometimes God calls us to go into the places that people think are hopeless, people think are beyond fixing or beyond help. I've said that before because of a pastor asking me why I was in a dance hall. Would Jesus go there? Yes, he would. Um, New York is one of the 150 cities Sean Boyd has visited during the Let Us Worship gatherings. Um, he's from California, and he's been going all over the United States. And let's see. The world is hungry for the gospel. They are desperate for Jesus. We just need to be unaffordable and unashamed to shine his light in the center of culture. Boyd was motivated to start the Let Us Worship movement after California Governor Gavin Newsom not only restricted church attendance but tried to ban singing and chanting in churches. Worship is like the oxygen of heaven. It's life. It's what brings us hope. It's what connects us to God. It's what pulls us out of our current situation and shows us heaven's perspective. And so I think when the governor said, you can't worship, you can't sing, that to me was like, whoa, you have gone way, way, way too far. And so they go around and they call themselves super spreaders. Oh, there is a.
They just texting the hell out of you, ain't they, Bonnie?
I think that there's a chat going on in Facebook. I think your wife might be in there.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
She said, David said he's not mad at you. I said, I told David to stick it in his ass. David, you're listening to me. I'm just joking. But you could answer when somebody texts your message, you pouty ass. I'm just playing, too. I tried to call you, too. Sorry, Bonnie.
It's okay. Y'all go ahead, because I'm just trying to look at what the name of this movie might be.
What?
He's showing me pictures of the stuff he's done.
Look at all the people. Oh, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere they go, just thousands of people show up.
That's awesome.
Okay. Back up.
Hello, Cindy.
Y'all are missing. David showing off his stuff on Facebook.
Ah,
Is he still bitching?
I don't guess.
I think, okay, it's a documentary film. It's called Super Spreader. Y'all want to watch the trailer? Sure you do.
Sure. Go ahead. Put it. Play it.
I hope it doesn't echo since I'm not muted. Let me know.
Breaking news, stay at home. That is the order tonight as the coronavirus pandemic spreads.
We need to bend the curve in California.
Social distancing works. Stay home, save lives.
Your actions can affect my...
Okay, it's echoing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm coming over. Muting.
Them goofballs, all of them. If they met up with God and he said brains, he thought they said trains, and they all wanted a slow one.
Yep.
Health. It's critically important that everyone follows the orders that we are given.
The governor of California came out with a new set of restrictions. One of those restrictions was you can no longer sing in church anymore.
Period. Full stop.
And I remember when he said that and I heard that, I was like, okay, it's on.
More than 50,000 Americans have now died from this virus.
Christian singer and activist Sean Foyt leading what's called Let Us Worship.
He called it a worship protest.
The organizers used the pretense of religion, and that simply was not right.
If Jesus were here right now, he absolutely would wear a mask.
Meanwhile, suicide rates are exploding. Drug and alcohol use is ravaging America. Rioting and destruction and unrest. And there's no church to bring the hope.
I get a letter from the city prosecutor saying that you're violating the CDC requirement. We reserve the right to arrest your church members.
Every thought I had was, I wanted to end it. That's scary.
If you've observed recurring violations of the safer at home order, in this case, snitches get rewards.
It's wild that this is happening in America, and it's wild that people are okay with it.
There was a man that we met. He grew up in the communist country.
He grabbed my hands and he said, all the things that are happening right now is how it began for us. America needs to wake up. You have to wake them up.
Now that is where communism and Christianity have a headlong clash.
How close is Christian nationalism to white nationalism?
It is close.
There are things happening today that are pushing people to a second American Revolution.
Christians are rising up. I'm telling you guys.
This guy is probably responsible for hundreds of deaths.
You know how valuable your life is? Jesus, we have to do here, this country.
What people like Sean are saying about what God says oftentimes is false.
You are not a Christian.
There's a pandemic, there's a plague, here's a move of God that's going to change America.
Wow. Mandates are not law. Restrictions are not laws. No, they are not. Hello, John, if I didn't say hello earlier.
Oh, and that's something.
Mandates aren't laws either. Restrictions are. We tell you can't do this. So show me where the law says I can't.
Yeah.
You're mandated to do this. Show me the law that says I have to do that.
Yeah. Well, we've had a lot of ministers, pastors, church people. I'm going to put it that way. Arrested in Canada because they were helping the needy, feeding the hungry.
What, they're not supposed to do that?
No. Worshiping. It's like, no. Oh, okay, John. Sorry. I forgot.
Let me close Facebook so that dinging will stop. Sorry, y'all.
You're fine, Bonnie.
Amen. We thank you now. Did you see the resistance, though? The resistance he was getting everywhere. And
that's crazy.
Blaming him for deaths. Are you kidding me? He is saving people right and left. They're coming to Jesus right there in these cities at the stage.
Yeah, like somebody earlier was talking about California, that I think the thing's set up now that doctors cannot go against what every government's saying. They say it's good for you to take this shot of vitamin B12. And like, no, shot of vitamin B12 is bad for you. The doctor says that they're breaking the law now. Now politicians are doctors.
I have to tell y'all some good news. My friend of 40 years that we haven't really been talking. Hey, Jim. She went out to eat with my daughter today, and when she came back, I was just getting back from the doctor, and so I was able to stand out there and talk to her for a while, and I realized when we quit talking, it wasn't it's been 5 years, and it wasn't because of anything political. I had put it out of my mind because um, she she had me. I need to get my driver's license renewed, and I said, when you're going, let me know, and we'll go for a ride together. And because we were talking like we had never stopped. That's what good friends do. And um, then my daughter was standing out there with us, and so we were talking, and I said, you know what? She she was mentioning the last time I went with her to the doctor, and well, she was actually going in for a biopsy, and um, I drove her there, and she called me and she said, go ahead and head home. I'm in ICU. When they did the biopsy, they were doing the biopsy in her lung. Her lung collapsed, and I have cancer. And that is exactly what she said to me on the phone. I have no idea how I drove back home 45 minutes away because I was a mess. That is the last time I rode with her anywhere. And seeing how they had practically cut her in half to take out part of her lung, it scared me to death. And that was the beginning of it because I was so scared for her that I was going to lose her in that way. So
Hold on.
And then it became more, um, she didn't want to hear any of the stuff that was being said about all the jabs, whatever, because she went and got them. And then today she was telling me, she said, and I have blood clots in my lungs. And she said, I don't know if it's from the jab or something else. And I was like, we can only pray it's not. And but we had a really good talk. It was great. And I think that's why I'm just kind of, and she even called me after she got home, and we got to talk on the phone for a little bit too.
That's awesome, Bonnie.
Yeah. Yes, it was good to talk to her.
People get so scared they're going to die over something that they end up accepting whatever they want to handle. Like a lot of these people getting chemo and then finding out later they might have killed off the cancer that the chemo was on, but then they got cancer somewhere else. Well, it's chemo's mustard gas, and it causes cancer. Mustard gas does anyway.
Yes. And thankfully did not do any of that on her. They didn't, all they did was the surgery. But I mean, she just had one thing after the other. And here I was going to the doctor because I have this little lump on my nose that, you know how you imagine things the worst? It's a tumor, oh my goodness. Well, it's not a tumor because it just kind of popped. And so um, I went in just to make sure it's okay and what it is, and see if I needed an antibiotic, because I've been using antibiotic ointment, but still not quite gone. But um, and I told her, I said, You know, I don't know why you're having to go through so much. And she said, because you're scared to death of the doctors, so I have to take it all. And I was like, what a way to look at it, you know? That was just
Crazy.
yes, because she has been through it. She was in her 20s when she was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis, and she would have such horrible flare-ups. I would have to go over and help her dress. I would have to brush her hair, wash her hair. There was so many things that she just couldn't do when she would have a flare-up.
And Bonnie, who's been helping her in the last 3 years, 4 years, whatever.
Nobody.
So she's managed to get dressed by herself. That's a
Well,
good thing.
she doesn't have flare-ups anymore. They put her on this some kind of medicine they call the gold for arthritis. Don't take it. It's like a low dose chemo, and so she takes this thing all the time, and she has to give herself shots in her stomach for some reason. She showed me where she hit a blood vessel, and she's got this humongous blood spot on her stomach now. It's
Oh, that's
shrinking, she
awful.
said, but I know she has just been through it, and I pray for her all the time because it's just one thing after the other, and it's because I know it's because they keep giving her all this medicine, and that medicine causes this, and then they have to give her another medicine, and she just keeps doing it because she has total faith and trust in what they're telling her, and she doesn't question anything. She just does it.
Oh my goodness.
Where I'm like, wow, you tell me what you're fixing to do and why, and I want to know it all.
How many people would trust a mechanic that worked on their car that never fixed it? But just keep bringing it back and I'll work on something else.
Right? Hey,
Cindy,
Tennessee.
I do know that. Sorry.
Cindy.
Hey, Ridge Runner.
Yes, and that too. What Cindy said, it's like, and I know that's true because now I've started to get it in my hand, and at first, whoa, it was so bad, and just to even think about opening up any kind of bottle was like impossible. Doing the dishes would just kill me because it's my right hand trying to
My
write.
Bonnie, yours do this, my hands will start acting up and it'll radiate up into my shoulder.
Yeah,
Or my elbows, it starts bothering my elbows, it radiates high. I don't know why, it's like a 2-foot radiation. If my elbows, when my arthritis starts kicking, it'll get into my neck and I'll end up getting a migraine.
Yep.
Hello, Stands Alone.
Hello, Stands Alone and Tea Girl.
Tea Girl.
Hey, Stan. Hey, she. I'm eating butterscotch old people candy.
Yummy. I used to love those.
Me too. My grandparents always had them. That and those white
I got the root beer barrels too.
Oh.
You know what? I like the little powdery, little tiny square mint things that are like chalky.
Yes. That were always out everywhere you went.
Yeah. And I'm like, your bowl's empty of mints. Well, I just filled it up. They come by and fill it up again, and I'd fill my other pocket up with when I was a kid.
Victor, our bank still has them. They're individually wrapped, and they're a little bigger, and so you can just go in and take some if you want them. And yeah, it always reminds me of that.
Another one that's good is either the peppermint with the cinnamon in the middle or the spearmint ones with the cinnamon in the middle. They're like a regular peppermint's little round disc, but they got the cinnamon spot in the middle of them. I don't know if you guys ever had them. they complement each other so much. Kind of like you just brush your teeth at first and then had mouthwash. But I noticed it's good if you having issues breathing or if you got a headache, it helps my headache.
Yeah. And Deanna, my mother has all that, but it's sitting out on the table. So when we go over there, grandbaby, she starts, which one do I want? She's got the taffy, I guess, for Valentine's Day. She had gotten, unless they keep filling the hearts, she's got the great big hearts. And one of them has the taffy, and then the other one has all kinds of little tiny chocolate candy bars and stuff in it. She always repeats the taffy.
Yeah, D, they're round, the round hard peppermints. The peppermint candy, you get in a little wrapper that's got the little red stripes on it, like a candy cane. The middle of it will have a red dot that's cinnamon, and they also got the peppermints, where they have a green stripe. In the middle of it will have a little red cinnamon dot in it. Sort of like a red dot, but it's hard candy like the other part.
I don't think I've ever seen those.
I forgot where I got them. I want to say Chinese restaurant.
That's one of my friends in Missouri. She told me she had found a place where you could order the old-fashioned candies like that. And she said, "What's your favorite?" And I said, "Oh gosh, it's hard to say. I wasn't much of a candy person, but just once in a blue moon, the butterscotch but I guess my favorite out of them was those. Do you remember the little peanut butter log?
Yeah, the brown and white stripe things. They're like hard candy.
They're striped, yes. And next thing I know, I had this ginormous bag of it come in the mail. And I said,
Oh, wow.
Oh my goodness. It's going to take me 5 years to eat all this. But the kids, every time they'd come visit, they'd grab some, and so it got eaten.
Remember the Brock's candy display that had the little box that you put money in, and you could have like 2 or 3 for a quarter or whatever it was?
Yes, we had those at the drugstore.
I always liked the little square blocks of the coconut that's pink, brown, and white, and then the caramel thing that had the white swirl stuff in it.
Yeah, I know. I kind of like those coconut ones once in a blue moon. And then what's the one, sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't?
Almond Joy.
Yeah, very soft, and I'd get a craving for that. But I would just take one bite. The almond and whatever, just so long as the almond was in it, and then give it to somebody else. A Cadbury egg, it would last me like 4 or 5 days. It drove my kids crazy. The bit of honey was good too. Yep. The slow poke and
Yeah, what was that? Slow Poke and Big Daddy, or what was that?
Big Daddy. Yep.
They made one that was huge. They called it a Grandpappy. It was like almost like a ping pong paddle, but it wasn't that wide. It was just about that long.
Yeah, wasn't that the slow poke?
Yeah, it was they called it a they had a Big Daddy, Big Mama, Mommy, or whatever, and then they had a Grandpappy or something they called it with the big one.
Oh.
I remember Slow Pokes too. It was another brand, but they're basically the same thing.
They're just caramel, right?
Yeah, God, thinking it's caramel and something else. I want to say they mix it together. It's kind of a taffy caramel kind of thing.
They were hard to bite off.
Yeah, you remember if you had a loose tooth, you could bite down real hard and pull your teeth apart and pull that loose tooth out.
Right.
When I was a kid, I had a loose. I used to keep some in my drawer, stuff like that, from Halloween. And anytime I had a loose tooth, I'd go get one of them out and bite down on it because I didn't want to go to the damn dentist.
Yep.
I always used to give me a shot, and I hated needles when I was a kid. I don't like them now.
Yeah. There was so many things back in the day. Well, I still make the monkey bread. I love monkey bread. That's my thing is pastries. Ugh. That's where I have it. The temptation is a lot.
Oh, sugar daddy and sugar mama and grandpappy. That was what it was.
Yeah. When the kids went to the mall, wanted to go to the mall, we went there, and they had a candy store that had a lot of that stuff, and I think Tractor Supply still sells a lot of them too.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff they got one on each, right there by the register in there.
Mm-hmm.
Each one has different stuff. Yeah, here's a sugar daddy. It's giant size. It's a 1 pound sugar daddy. Milk caramel pop. I guess it is caramel.
Wow.
A 1 pound caramel that it will pull your teeth out.
Divinity.
I like that stuff. I get sick from that because I'll eat a whole log of it.
Yeah, I never did like Divinity. The fudge, I like fudge, but not Divinity.
Bass Pro Shop Christmas time has some awesome fudge, and then those praline pecans.
I like those. At the Mexican restaurants, the pecan praline things. Is that
Yeah,
what
little candy coated pecans and things.
I know. You can only take a bite because they're so sweet. It's just
Every time me and Vicky go Christmas, I end up getting the fudge. I'll get I don't know if it's 6 or 8 that'll fit in the box on the bottom layer, and I'll get 2 layers of that. And I walk around chewing on them other things if I don't get into the fudge. Vicky will have 1 piece and take a bite or 2. Sometimes she'll eat the whole thing. And shit, I'll eat 3 or 4 pieces of that fudge if I get into it. The next thing you know, I don't feel good.
yeah.
I go in there and smell them making them pralines, and it makes me hungry, and then I start eating on what I got.
Yeah. My mother used to hide the candy in her nightstand, and so now my older daughter, and she never did that. My oldest daughter is like a carbon copy of my mother. And she does the same thing. And they get those. My mother always had the little Baby Ruths, Snickers, Mr. Good bars. Oh, what else?
Yeah, T-Girl, I think I know the stuff you're talking about. It's that light tan colored brittle, because that red brittle, that stuff's like trying to bite a brick.
Mm-hmm.
I know the stuff she's talking about, I think, anyway. It's like real fragile when you go, you don't have to bite down on it hard, and it'll just crunch up.
Oh, yeah. I remember that too.
I got my stuff to make my water filter, my redneck Berkey. I got my filters, I got my tap, I got everything here, the drills, where I'm just waiting on the buckets.
Mm.
Awesome. You'll have to do a video. You'll have to do a video on that when you put it together.
Yeah, I guess I need to. It'd be something different.
Yeah, I actually saved a video of this guy doing that. So what I don't understand, because he was showing, I think he was showing 5 different ways to filter water, and he was showing the life straws and how inconvenient they were. And because he's curious like that, he cut it open to see what the inside of it looked like. And he says, looks just like a whole bunch of shoestrings. He goes, I'm just not real sure about this one. And I'm like, darn it. Okay,
They were
I
showing
already.
people drinking out of puddles and creeks with them, and it's supposedly the one guy that I watched do it, he said it doesn't remove any bio. You can get sick from using these.
Well,
They
that's
make like it'll do it, but it won't.
well, I have some. If anybody wants life straws, let me know. And
Here
then
you keep a thing of bleach in your preps. A little cap full of bleach to a gallon of water will kill any bio in it.
Yeah.
yeah. I have the Sawyer minis too. Got us each one. And he didn't do a thing on that. Did one on a bag. Some kind of a bag you fill up, and then you pour these packets of stuff in it, and it's supposed to sit there for 30 minutes and then be clear. Well, the first 30 minutes, you could still see tadpoles swimming around in there, and there was one, he said, and this looks like a little seahorse from somewhere. I don't know how that got in here. It was pretty good size. And so then he poured another packet in the bag, and you're supposed to shake it up real good for like 5 minutes and let it sit for 30 minutes. It has a hole where it can hang on a tree limb. And
Is that the thing almost as big as a backpack?
I think so. And it costs like $45 for this bag. And so then when he did that again, he goes, well, it still doesn't look clean enough to drink to me. And then whenever he poured a glass from it, the spigot has a filter on, a charcoal filter. And so then when the water went in the glass, then it was finally clear. And he said, well, he said the tadpoles aren't in there. Doesn't taste real great. I don't know that I'd trust the bag. I'm like,
that video is blue. It kind of looks like grandma's douchebag with a hose hanging off of it and stuff.
no, this one's clear. It's a clear bag, and it didn't have a hose.
One of them I watched did. I was like, no, I don't think so.
And then he showed the Berkey, of course. That's the best. And then he said, but not too many people can afford $500 just to get a Berkey. And so then he did the 5-gallon buckets. So my question is,
You want to see my filters, what they look like?
I know what the filters look like. He even sawed one in half to see what it looked like inside too. And but when you put all that together, how is the water dripping down and filtering? That's my question.
Gravity.
Should I get the video or? But I mean,
That's
ceramic.
That's a fluoride filter. No, that's plastic. That goes on the bottom part where it'll hang in the bucket in the bottom.
In the bottom. Okay.
This is a charcoal Berkey filter.
Right. And do you know he was showing one that is just like it, that you can get 2 for only $33? Where
These were imitation Berkeys that were supposedly better. And I checked a whole bunch of different sites.
Yes. And
the ceramics are only good for 600 gallons. These are good for 2 of them, and they're 6,000 gallons.
Mm-hmm. That's what he was saying. But I don't understand how it filters the water. It just because the water's sitting in there on it,
Yeah,
and then
it seeps through it.
it seeps through the filter.
Yeah, the center of it, and then it drips into the bottom. And if you have that other filter screwed onto it, it runs through that and it gets fluoride, mercury, and but this is supposed to get certain levels of mercury or for any of that in your water or what have you. Any debris, and those you can wash off if they get to where they get covered in silt or whatever. You can take them out, rinse them off, put them back in, and reuse them.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't make no sense. Rinse it off with the water that you're trying to get.
No, you take them out, take it out, rinse it off because it's like that thing in the sink with the screen and the people.
I know. I'm messing.
Yeah, that's it. I think it was Rob that told me to just get some bleach, a couple of drops of bleach in there, and I was like,
Yeah, we have the bleach bottle cap full to a gallon.
I just can't use bleach.
Cindy Fuller Stevens, I think it was Washington.
excuse me.
Sorry,
Yes.
I didn't mean to interrupt you.
It was Washington, a place that I'd never heard of.
Yeah, because I punched the name in to find out what state it was in. And that's what I remember, but I don't remember the itty bitty name. We'll put it that way.
Yeah. No, bleach.
It's like our pool. When we had our pool set up, I wouldn't buy them chlorine tablets. I buy 2 bottles of bleach, and once a week I pour 2 bottles of bleach in there. And we get in there and move it around, and that water was bluer than them putting them tablets in there.
Every now and then we'd shock it.
Yeah.
Bleach worked better than that chlorine. Chlorine would make white spots in the bottom of the pool, and still you get all funky in there. You use bleach, pour it by the filter where it starts circulating, and the next thing you know, it'll be weird looking. As you're waiting for it to settle, you just start getting any leaves or grass or anything that's out of it. By the time you get done cleaning it, look, the water's all pretty.
Yeah.
Cindy, I don't think that's the name of the town. But that might be the area, like the county. I don't know.
Oh no, I ain't talking about kill bio stuff, Gina, not take out fluoride. You got to filter out fluoride. You got to have the right kind of filter to do it.
And that's what I thought those ceramic filters did, the fluoride.
Yeah, you might want to look, and I've seen some, but it's only good for 600 gallons, and that's figure that 5-gallon bucket is this is supposed to be as good or better, and they get a lot more usage out of them. They're like maybe twice. I forget what I paid for them too. I want to say it's $70, and then they came with the other fluoride filters with it. And I was like, that ain't bad. They wanted like $30 for this fluoride filter.
Wow.
No, Gina H., I wouldn't, and I would question why they would do that.
They do it at Walmart. He said they say they give background checks, but they don't.
No. Well, I don't know if they do or they don't. Here.
Background check from child molesters, rapists, all that shit, convicted felon.
I guess it would depend on what the company does.
Do hires, but I don't know what they check for.
But supposedly they're not allowed within so many feet of children. So it's kind of odd that they're working at Walmart.
I know they don't do drug testing.
Yeah, drug test at Walmart. What kind do you like?
Yes, Joyful. I think that's it. Something sound anyway. Joyful. That's all I can remember. Something sound. Sorry, guys. I was answering a question in chat.
I almost did a movie night. I was like, I need a really good movie. I might after I close up.
Wherever they hire people come in and out of there, Gene, I think each one of them persons, they should have to put a sign up that they should be aware.
Yeah.
I want pizza.
How many pizza places open?
How's Vicky feeling?
Crappy.
Feels crappy and she wants pizza.
She's not going to work tonight?
She called in.
Ah. Well, sometimes you gotta do that, Chuck. Sometimes you gotta do that.
She woke up feeling all shaky.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I hope you're feeling better soon, Vicky.
Thank you.
That's a good idea, Jim Boswell.
She even sounds miserable.
Yeah.
Oh, Gina H., didn't you just get a promotion? Oh my God. That's terrible, though.
Yes.
Somewhere. You want to go
Smelling it.
You want to do porno or something, or you want like a pizza or
Cindy, I understand what you're saying.
Oh my God.
Because I've been getting boys, they get why so they feel like it too, food don't like it too hard.
I try to watch my local news every so often.
I'll leave you here to talk to Vicky. I'm going on a pizza run for DiGiorno.
Walmart, here I come. Oh, sorry. Maybe not.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it in other places. I'm sorry, Chuck. I was just being a jackass.
I'd rather shop naked in a gay bar than go to Walmart.
I understand.
I hate that evil place.
Me too.
We got our local flyer today, and there's crazy, amazing sales.
I'll be back.
Okay.
Thank you.
Like if you spend how much? Well, I saw it earlier. I think if you spend $25 in groceries, you get a free box of macaroni and cheese. The avocados are 4 for $5. 5-pound bag of yellow onions for 99 cents.
Nice.
I was really shocked at the prices. Bag of pears for 99 cents.
Wow.
Where's this at?
It's called Lowe's. It's a grocery store, Lowe's. It's a small.
There's a spice that you should look for at Lowe's called Johnny's Garlic and something. And smack your mama.
I've heard of that.
Okay. I don't know what it is, but I know that Louise and Rob are talking about that. I can't get it here, so hey, what the hell? I'm just saying, because they mentioned Lowe's, so they can get it at Lowe's.
Huh.
We have Lowe's hardware stores, no Lowe's grocery stores. So there you go.
Yeah, and it's spelt just the same. So it's very confusing to people. What was the other one called besides Smack Your Mama? Johnny? Did you say?
Johnny's garlic and something. If you go to Shane's show tonight and watch it, they talk about it. I'm sorry, Bonnie. I don't. Johnny's seasoning. Yeah, Johnny's seasoning. Johnny's something. I don't know what the hell it is. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
And smack your mama, because that's all I remember is smack your mama. I don't even know what the hell that is, but
Really good seasoning.
Slap your mama.
It's so good it makes you want to smack your mama.
Oh, John says that there's better seasonings out there than slap your mama. Okay, I don't know. I'm just telling you what I was told earlier this evening. It doesn't affect me because there's no way in shit I got smack your mama seasoning here, and I don't have the Johnny's here either, so I'm screwed.
Yeah, John has shown some seasonings that actually I had some of them. And when my daughter went to New Orleans, she came back with seasonings and I think John looked them up because it was a brand name that he hadn't heard of.
Ah. It's a little, sorry, it's a little heat on. I have no idea. I have no idea. I just know it was mentioned earlier today, and that's why I'm saying it.
Yeah.
Because if it was mentioned yesterday, I won't freaking remember. And don't eat yellow snow. Yes, Tennessee. Don't eat yellow snow.
Yes, we all know that. Even us that don't get snow. Always where it builds up along the side of the house, that's where I get it for the snow and the scream. But ever since the Snowmageddon, I won't be doing that anymore because I'm sorry, that wouldn't snow.
Yep.
Yeah, I know it wasn't, Bonnie.
I don't care what they call it.
Even our snow up here has changed, Bonnie.
Really?
Just saying.
Yeah, there was no way I could make ice cream out of it. It was
Well, I took a ball of snow last year, put it into a ball, whatever. I tried to light the damn thing on fire, and it fucking melted.
yes.
And I'm like, that's not snow.
Yep.
And my husband was watching me do it, and he's like, what the hell are you doing? I said, watch the snow. And I lit it, and I said, it's not snow. And he looked at me, and he goes, where'd you get that from? I said, from the garden. And he goes, well, that's not right. I said, this is what they're doing to you. And he just looked at me with this dumbfounded look, and he goes, I don't know where you got that snow. And I'm like,
I went out to the store and bought it.
I'm like, okay, whatever. Stupid is as stupid does, is whatever.
Mm-hmm. That's not me.
Although I wouldn't really know if my phone rang either because I don't know what it sounds like.
Yes.
Nobody calls you?
No.
Yeah, look up.
Really?
No.
Really shaky.
No, and that's because I don't give them my number.
Mm.
They over there, invite Alexa. He was like that yesterday.
Like stupid me last night in Shane's chat put my number out for Alexis. Okay? And I said, me being me, I said, this is for Alexis only.
Right.
All right. And I think people are really afraid because I didn't get a call from Alexis, but I didn't get a call from anyone else either.
Good. And
But
you know you can delete it after.
yeah, I went back and deleted it because I
Good.
said to her, I said, did you get the number? I says, because I'm going to delete this. And she goes, yeah, I'll get it. And I went back, 15, 20 minutes later, found it, deleted it. And I said to her tonight, I said, I hope you got my number. And she goes, yes, I did. And one of the other people in chat goes, but I didn't get your number. I'm like, yeah, it wasn't for you.
Tennessee.
Tennessee, if I give you my number, I damn well best hear from you. And you best say, Tennessee Ridge Runner calling. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, I don't tell when I called my son, okay, and said, this is my phone number, it's your mom, blah blah blah. He deleted it because he didn't recognize the number. Okay, I sent it to his girlfriend. She took the number. So I was calling my son for something, and he was getting really pissed off because this person had called him like 6 times that day. And he's like, who's this fucking person? Miranda goes, your mother? And he goes, oh shit. So he kind of put it in the phone so he'd have my number. And I mean, I don't give my phone number out. That's all it is. But I was so I don't know what the hell the word is, but it was something I had to do last night. So that's what I did.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was adamant that it was only for her in chat.
$365 names of God. It's on YouTube.
Well, I'm sorry, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't 365 times that God's name was mentioned in the Bible? Or was it more?
I'm not sure. I thought that it was fear that was mentioned that many times.
Okay, fear. Okay, something was mentioned 365 times.
I'm not sure though. I could be wrong.
No, you're right. It's fear. Sharon Hudgens. I think he's on 15, 16, 17, 18. There you go. Oh, Jim Boswell said the same thing. Awesome. Well, Cindy says 15 to 20, so I don't have 20, so I'll have to go find that one.
Yeah, but he hasn't been going live.
No.
It's been quite a while.
He said, when the hell was it? Was he up on, I think he was up on either Diamond Lils or Newsman tonight. Okay, today. I'm not sure which because I don't know. And he said he thought he was going to try to put out a live in the next couple of days.
Oh, okay.
So
Good.
we'll all watch for that. But
Yeah.
that's the last thing I heard.
Yeah.
But it all depends on his power and how he's feeling, because he's been sick. He had some bad water.
Oh no.
And him and the dogs were sick, and they're feeling better.
Yeah.
And they're getting ready for the move. He had some help over the other day, yesterday or the day before, maybe the day before, and they helped him load a bunch of stuff up.
Good.
So he's getting closer and closer and closer to his move.
Yep.
So
I know he had said one night in my chat that he was really sick, but then I saw him on panel the next day or so. So he's still not sounding real good, but
no, he didn't sound the greatest today, but he sounded better than he did in the last couple of days.
yeah.
I'd seen him on different channels and whatever, right?
Yeah.
But
Wild West, I absolutely don't think you lie. I don't know if I said something to make you say that, but
okay, how do you say this word? WILDWES.
Wild West.
Okay. Thank you. Hello. Wild West. I'm sorry. I'm looking at that word and I'm going, I can't pronounce that. So I had to ask.
NC Dubs, absolutely.
BSD is a 1 in a million. I caught him on prepping, and I went to him shortly after getting onto prepping.
Yep.
And I mean, that's where we all met, was prepping.
I met him. Well, not met him. The first time I saw him was on Facebook. He was in with a group that I followed, Cash Kelly. The street lights. My granddaughter just took my bracelet that I had from Cash Kelly. He's one of them that's up there in DC. J6, you know.
Yeah, Sharon, it's like we all came from prepping.
On YouTube, yeah. Well, see, I'm trying to remember if I followed Hawk to YouTube, and that's how I got into YouTube. But yeah, I started watching prepping pretty early on too.
Yeah, he started in December, and I started watching prepping in January of the same year.
Yeah.
And oh, you know what I forgot to tell you?
The next year.
Yeah. Mark B is going live tonight at 11 o'clock. Just saying. Mark B hasn't been live for a while.
I know. I think I saw that.
Well, it's still stuck up in the corner on my screen because I was like, I'm not losing that. Because you know how they disappear off of your YouTube? Yeah. So I was like, I saw it, I clicked on it, it's there. You're right beside him. Shane was beside you. Shane's gone. That's the way it goes. Because, I mean, I have Crafty Corners up, I have a YouTube up, and I have a Facebook up. If I decide to put my shit in your chat, fine. If I don't, oh well. But it's there.
Hey,
And
John. Good to see you. Yep, John's been there through the whole thing I went through with Cash. He was a good guy. He started out just sitting on his steps of his I don't know if it was a garage or it seemed like it was a screened in room, and he was talking about how we just have to, I see it, and how we just needed to unite and without fighting, and he's a really good guy. And he went to California trying to talk to him in LA, I think, to keep him from fighting and stuff. And he's got like 5 kids. He'd show his little baby. She was so sweet.
okay, Dee, I have a question for you.
I think she's having a cough attack.
Yes.
Okay.
I was. It's true. I was.
A friend and I were chatting, and we love your hair.
My hair?
Your hair.
All
right?
my hair, darling.
And she said it's gray, and I said no, it's white. And then we were going on to the conversation. I said, no, she's got to have some damn finish in her because her hair is so damn white.
It's white naturally, but it's gray and white because it's because behind me, if I turn around, isn't that gray back there?
Okay.
Or is it brown?
Yeah, but we don't see that shit on YouTube.
It's gray and white, like the old Cher doll. Do you guys remember the old Cher doll? You could turn the top of her head, and she was blonde on one side, and she was a brunette on the other side. Do you guys remember that doll? That was my favorite doll.
Nope.
Ooh, watch her head turn. Actually, her head didn't turn. Just her scalp did. She's kind of trippy.
And I ripped her head off and threw it in the garbage.
That's weird.
Yeah, we all take weird things.
My dad gave me this doll, and I'm like, this is the ugliest doll I've ever seen. And it was like not even 3 days I had this doll, and me and my friends were all playing with our Barbies and whatever. And I'm like, I do not like this head. So I stuck that head off, and we had a few Barbies that had no heads, and I stuck a Barbie head on it, and it was fine. It was no longer Cher. I didn't like Cher then.
Dee, are you getting sick or just?
Nope, just keeping my mouth shut. There's a bunch of jokes there.
You're fine, Dee.
I'm just staying quiet. I'm washing my glasses because they're dirty.
We love you, Dee.
I love you all so much because we want the same things. We just want peace. Chuck, that channel, is Chuck here? Yeah. That channel we found today was a trip. I'd never been in there before. Chuck won something and I won something, but I don't know what did we win, Chuck. And they're all about promoting channels, which was super cool. It was really fun. I don't even know the name of the channel. Honestly.
Chuck went to go get pizza, and was it the AM?
Okay.
Vicky's supposedly in chat, but she muted, so.
Okay, when it gets back, we could talk about it, but
she's on Facebook, so hey, who knows?
Oh my gosh, that channel that I shared that that ball worship at Soldiers Field that happened in 1933. It's a really wild channel on YouTube. It's called Elusive Truths. Now they just came out with more of the same ceremony. 1933 Molech Baal ceremony at Soldiers Field, but this one is 17 minutes long. Elusive Truths. That is, it's coming out. It's like drip, 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 drip. These satanic people in Humboldt County, they're just embracing it. They're just like, oh yeah. I listened to the meeting today. I'll talk about that tomorrow. I didn't want to think about it anymore, but they're embracing that very, those very plans that are wanting us under their thumb, which is so silly.
Yes. And this is October, and we know what October is, and so we really got to stay in prayer and just block it away from you.
And stay positive. Stay positive.
Yes.
Well, and
No more
remember,
same shit, different day. It's fan-freaking-tastic.
Yeah, sometimes you have to cry, and sometimes you're going to be depressed, and we all go through it. You're not going to always feel positive, but you have to do things to help keep yourself, not suicidal, right? Like, I have to
Right.
play some worship music. I have to eat some chocolate, smoke some weed, see my people, do the right things. Connect with people like Devil Dog. What's up, dude? Good to see you.
Hey,
And
dog, it's been a long time.
yeah, I was wondering where he was. It's been like 2 days. Uh-oh.
Let me get it. Already.
Ew, yucky. Bye, bye, bye. Salty smile. What's happening? Just
I was
smile.
able to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Smiling's good. Smiling's my favorite. I love smiling.
Hey, salty smile.
And you know what? Even those things that in my past, there's a lot of things in my past that are attached to, like, okay, today, you know what? Our city council was letting everyone know right at the end of their meeting where some of the money they got from was. And they were all proud to say that they got some money from Disney. They got a grant from Disney.
Oh, no.
I mean, people are just,
Hey, what? Purple M&Ms. You know what?
there's no such thing as purple M&Ms. That's, oh, it's new, he says. I see. Oh, I stand corrected. I'm sorry. What?
I've seen purple M&Ms advertised. So what the hell are you talking about?
Easter time when it's all pastel Bucarama colors. I hate pastel colors. I'm sorry. I just like, I want bold, bright reds and orange and purples and blues. Pastels are like, oh, we're almost gonna get there. We want to be bold, but we just can't do it.
Pastels suck.
I know, right? They're lame.
Even in my crafting, okay, you will never see a pastel cover.
Thank you, Jen.
You got the bright.
You might see it in my paintings, but not in my crafting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't it weird how those just popped up right after I said, this is October and we need to really block that? And boom, there it was.
Oh, the bot? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not making the connections all the time, especially at this time of night. That's why I stream in the morning, kids. That's why I like to do my show earlier. Okay.
I caught you the other day. I was there.
You are a faithful and true, good, supportive friend, lady. You are
I
really
try.
you're top shelf, lady. You're top shelf. You got to get on our panel. Come talk with us. Like we want to plan a good one. A good one. It's not
Well,
necessarily girls only.
the night you had that incident at the GOP or DDL or whatever the hell letters it was, because I don't know what the hell letters they are, because it means squat poop to me.
POS. They're POS.
Okay, I'm screaming.
I wanted to hear you. I wanted to hear from you. I don't know what happened. I think you went to bed that night or something, but
I was livid and freaking out. I had my daughter and my husband screaming at me because I was way too loud in here, and I'm like, oh, I best not go up on panel because I'm a little bit angry, and I was so mad. I mean,
know thyself. Good job, Dorinda. Good job.
I was screaming.
Please use proper pronouns. You're just trying to get attention.
I was screaming and yelling like a freaking lunatic.
I know you were. I could feel it. I'm like, Dorinda, come on, fucking.
And when that wannabe cop tried to grab you, I'm like, and I was so proud of you. I was like bouncing off the floor. I'm like, I would have.
Yeah, that's what you would have said.
He grabbed her. She had to really push to get loose.
I had to really jerk my wrist still hurt. I honestly, I'm gonna sound like a whiner, but since that guy did that to me, I cannot play the piano as long of stints. Like it's bruised, I'm not gonna have extensive. Because I was thinking about it today, I'm like, this should go away because it's not a serious injury, like a broken bone. But it's bruised, and it freaking it's still. I can still feel it because I'm 51.
There's a small tendon in there that's what they warn parents about their kids grabbing them by the hand and pulling on them because it can mess up that little tendon in there.
No.
And I thought, I couldn't play for a couple days. I was pissed about that. I'm like, this is my livelihood. Like, I enjoy playing the piano, and this asshole, like, I'm injured from a man for speaking. No, it ain't the end of this. I guarantee you.
I was
careful.
So pissed off, Dee.
Jen, I love you.
West Bartlett, it's showing you're not connected, and I don't know you. Are you Midwest? But it's showing that you're not connected to let you on panel.
Jen, I was not politely holding back at my household. I got shit from my husband, my daughter, and the dog for being too loud. I was like mad.
Yeah.
Well, I was mad today because I found out really how bad they really have been. I had no idea the Board of Supervisors was going after new landowners for prior landowners' code violations, having them take their greenhouses down, even just sending drones out and going after people that were growing vegetables. One guy said he was only growing vegetables for his wife's restaurant, and they're charging the city's charging them $30,000 a day. So I don't know if D-Dog got to see today's show, but it was like a bag because I got so mad. But it's good. It was good and bad what they've done. Let me turn this off.
I did not ever see that you went live, Dee.
I didn't see you went live today either.
Oh, you didn't see I went live today? Oh, I did. We're getting.
No, I never got a notification of that.
I saw the geese thing. Was that it?
Yeah, that was tonight.
Oh, okay.
That was cool. I was talking to a friend, All for His Kingdom, and I go, I gotta hang up. I gotta get this video. This is cool. I've heard them a lot, but that was just a sweet spot the way they came over. But anyway, so the cannabis farmers and that other farmer who's not a cannabis farmer, like they've been doing this. They did this for
Sorry, Wes.
1,200 people, 1,200 land, parcels of land. I mean, it's just like, I don't want to even talk about it because I'll get spitting mad again. And
I'll have to go back and watch it. And it's
it
on
was
4.
what? Oh, on BitChute channel, there's a quick video about it. Okay, so the good news is that I'm sorry, I got all flustered about it, but there's a group that is taking it on, and they've got this Humboldt County couple. Okay, this is what made me so upset. Let me try to get through this. There was a couple that lost their home in Santa Rosa, and they fled to Humboldt County, and they bought property here.
Right.
And the county just started fighting them, made them take their building down, their barn and their sheds down, and then they still continued to fine them. And they've done this to over 1,200 properties. To property owners, their prior violations, if they're even real violations, they are strong arming people in a very ruthless, unlawful. It's
Oh my
just
goodness.
unbelievable. So, but the good news is, the good news is that they're going with the Constitution. They found some group, and I'm trying to find the name of it. There's a bunch of them together. There's like 1,000 to 1,200 farmers that got together, and they filing a class action lawsuit declaring it unconstitutional on abatement. It's abatement. Did I do
Yes.
that? Oh no.
Good.
Yeah. So yeah, it's very good. I want to find the group, and I'm going to contact the group as well and let them know what I've been going through. But there's there's a video here. I'll put this in private chat, and you can watch this video. It's like 7-8 minutes long. You might even want to play it on your channel. I don't know, Bonnie. If you didn't see it, you could. If we get a lull and you want to, you can. It's on it is an unbelievable. I had no idea. You guys know how bad I know it is. Certain bad. This was like a whole new. They took bad to another level. Like, this is the dirtiest poo-poo caca I have ever heard of a government doing to a people. I mean, you're talking about 1,000 homesteads who have been here for long time, and then they just come out of the blue and start slapping these. And how many people left and just gave up or tried to hire a lawyer and couldn't get anywhere with it? I mean, it's really great. On that article, let me see.
I will share that.
Yeah, the name of that group. It was well done. The lady.
It has a
Institute
video.
for Justice. They did a phenomenal job on this little video. They really, really did. They put Humboldt on their homepage. It's interesting. I think they're going to be really something.
Okay, I got to mute to play it.
Okay, I got to shut up then. Right on, D-Dog.
Humboldt County says I owe over $4 million in fines for somebody else's crime.
In 2018, after California legalized marijuana, Humboldt County's Division of Code Enforcement launched a program using satellite images to ticket and fine anyone it suspects of growing marijuana without a permit. As a result, innocent homeowners across the county face millions of dollars in fines for things they never did.
I got this notice on my gate, and literally I look at it and it says I owe $30,000 a day for growing cannabis when all I've ever done is grow vegetables in my greenhouses.
We got the fine notice the end of August 2021. It was $16,000 a day.
When I looked at the abatement notices, I realized I was getting charged $83,000 a day for hoop houses that had already been removed.
Humboldt County, sprawling county 5 hours north of San Francisco, in an area known as the Emerald Triangle because of its long history of cannabis cultivation. The county, which is home to Redwood Forest National Park, is nearly the size of Connecticut.
This is a community of people who moved out in the 70s, back to the landers, they called them, and they scraped together whatever pennies they could, and they bought old logged out land that no one else wanted, just like I kind of got with this place, and they turned it into a community.
For the last 4 years, Humboldt's Code Enforcement Office has scoured historic satellite photos to look for any sign of cannabis cultivation. If they saw a greenhouse or a leveled garden plot, they just assumed it was cannabis and immediately started fining the property owner tens of thousands of dollars per day. They rarely ever inspect alleged violations in person. Having a greenhouse is proof enough for the county. And in some cases, they assess the fines to a new owner for a previous owner's problems. That means that innocent homeowners like the Thomases are left to pay.
We met in Agora, California. I had 4 children, 2 of them autistic twins. And one of them, Stephen, became an award-winning cross-country runner. And he attained quite a bit of news and hope for other autistic families. And a movie was made about our family, named Miracle Run.
Unfortunately for the Thomases, in 2018, a wildfire destroyed their home in Southern California. They decided to move to Humboldt to retire on a piece of property in the heart of the Redwood Forest.
I had been a loan officer in the past and a real estate agent, and I a paralegal degree. And so I was careful about what I was buying. And I read documents, it went through title, it cleared title. And then all of a sudden, a week later after we moved in, there's a several page notice on the gate that we had a code violation. It said that we were growing marijuana illegally. When I read the paperwork, I found out that it was put under LLC's name, who was the previous owner.
The Thomases bought their property with a clean title. In fact, the county waited to issue the fines until after the land changed hands. The code enforcer told them that a previous owner had used a 3-story barn on the property to grow cannabis, and that their only option to avoid the fines was to tear it down in 10 days.
Just the fear that this puts in your mind and the pain of being told that your dreams are going to be gone and you're going to be without anything. They're asking us to spend over $100,000 to tear out this barn because the previous owner was breaking a rule or a law, and we had nothing to do with that. The way this was looking was that we were going to lose everything.
The Thomases were not alone in facing astronomical fines for the county's code enforcement program. A similar thing happened to Blue Graham, who built 2 greenhouses on his land to grow vegetables for his wife's restaurant.
They're fining me $30,000 a day for growing vegetables in my greenhouses. When all they had to do was come and look, and instead of that, they're claiming that I grew cannabis. They could have seen for themselves.
A property owner gets just 10 days to fix the issue. But in the case of people like Blue Graham and Rhonda Olson, even if they tear down the greenhouses, it is not enough. The county wants their money too. Rhonda removed the prior owner's greenhouses and was still getting fined more than $80,000 per day.
It's been 2 years, and I've done everything that I thought that they wanted me to do. And they keep coming back with fines and more abatements. And I don't know how a person can pay it. It just made so much stress in my life.
Blue, Rhonda, and the Thomases are only a few examples of over 1,000 property owners being targeted by the county's abusive code enforcement program. So far, the county has issued more than 1,200 citations, totaling hundreds of millions of dollars in fines. The process for resolving the issue is rarely made clear to the property owners. And even when they do address the issue, the county continues to assess additional fines, all without providing any hearings.
And it's frustrating. I try and talk to them. They tell me what I need to do. I do it. They say that's not good enough. I've tried to get my home permitted. They say you can do it. Then they say you can't. So I can never get a straight answer from these guys. The fines are constantly changing. And you say I'm doing all this stuff, then bring me to court and prove it, which they've told me they don't have the proof. They just want my money.
We sued Humboldt County to put an end to its abusive code enforcement program. Homeowners should be able to have a garden or a greenhouse without facing baseless accusations and ruinous fines from an abusive code enforcement officer.
Like I said, this is my home and these are my neighbors and this is a really tight community. And it's not just me that got affected, it's my whole neighborhood. And it's frustrating. The reason I'm standing up is because that's how I was raised. You gotta be tough out here to live.
IJ's lawsuit argues that Humboldt violates due process. It forces people to prove they're innocent, but never provides them a chance to do so, all while millions in excessive fines continue to grow. We're here to shut down this abusive system.
Thank you for playing that. Thank you for playing that, Bonnie.
You're welcome, but wait a minute. I thought it was legal there.
It is legal here.
Well, what are they doing? That's just wrong.
And how far they can go. They've been getting away with quite a bit. This just kind of shows you this is how
you can tell
insane
none
these
of those
people are.
Yes, you can tell none of those people can afford that kind of money. So what are they going to do if they don't pay it? I mean, everything that they're doing is unlawful, first of all.
Mm-hmm.
If they have no proof of anything, they don't even have a case. They can't just start charging these people millions of dollars. Are they claiming it as taxes or fines? She said fines.
Daily
Okay.
fines.
Yes.
Daily fines.
No.
30,000 for one guy who's growing freaking vegetables.
Yeah.
And 80,000 to a lady for some bull crap that was from the people before her, and she tore her barn down. There's no way. I'd be pissed. But the great news is they're going with this constitutional group. I don't see much else
good
with this constitutional group, but when I go to their website, what I think is super cool is they have that couple on their front page, you know, so it could be a very newer organization. I don't even care. They're talking Constitution. These people went toward the Constitution. That's what they banded together on, and I am thrilled about that. But it was hard to get through that today because I didn't even know they were that insane. They are lunatics. They are unbelievable. It is insane here. These people are crazy. Excuse me. The growers, here's the thing. The growers have been shamed and they've been shadow growing here. Families, guerrilla grew for decades here. You know what I mean? And there's been an underground.
But it's legal. They're not breaking any laws.
Yes, this is true. And yet the county wants more money. They just want more.
Well, of course they do.
Yeah, they just want more. They want their land. I don't know what to say. I mean, honestly, I cannot even fathom their logic that they thought they'd get away with this. How many people have they gotten away with this for? That's what overcame me today.
Right. Because you heard that man with the fear. And those poor people that have just lived there a week, and then they come and do that to them.
They are
Welcome
weaponized
to the
against.
neighborhood. Here's your fine. Right? No.
I mean, coming soon to a neighborhood near you. It's
Mhm.
California people, they're out of their crazy mind.
Oh, you had another gas on the other side of your head.
It's hard to help people that don't want to don't want to be helped or refuse to do anything for themselves, though.
I mean, yeah, as they usher in the NWO and the LGBT and the everything, you know, the rainbow here is for gay people. It's not for, you know, the promise in the sky in the Bible for most things. Christians here don't care. They're just letting it happen. The Christian schools mask the kids.
That's a good point to bring up against them too. Say, if y'all ain't here for me, why in the fuck should I be for you? Excuse the way I put that, but I'm not going to support somebody who doesn't support me.
My rainbow has a leprechaun at the end of it with pot of gold.
Oh,
Mine's got a unicorn at one end with a broom handle stuck up
that's a
its
Greg
butt.
Gutfield thing, my guy Greg.
Mine's on my Lucky Charms box.
Greg Gutfield. He loves rainbows and unicorns. He blows smoke up their ass all the time.
Yeah, that's just wrong.
The godly people have to rise up here because really we have, you know, okay, so 2 board of supervisor men made a declaration yesterday too that even though the Supreme Court did their Roe v. Wade thing, they just want to make a proclamation and make sure that everyone understands that reproductive rights will always be honored here. It's just like, okay, you guys, yeah, you're
Men can't get pregnant.
Oh, but I saw that argument. Where was that at? They were in, I'm thinking it was in the Supreme Court. And I was like, dear Lord, what have we come to? It's insane. Everything about it is insane. And then I saw AOC said something, and I was like,
Go check that.
how embarrassing that these other countries have us on their news channels daily because these people without a brain are supposedly our leaders and our lives are entrusted to them.
Well, we really shouldn't be. We really are stronger in more in number, I believe. I think it's always been that way. They have the media, they have the big microphones, they have the TVs, but we're
Silence.
We're geeked up. Yeah, well, we're silenced, but we're getting, you know,
Yes.
look how much I've learned a lot. Oh my
Did
God.
you hear that thing, D, in California about the doctors now are not allowed to go against whatever the government says? They say that giving yourself a shot of ketchup in the eye is good for you. The doctors can't say no, it isn't.
I shared that article yesterday. Yeah. Yep. That is insane. It seems to me like all this stuff is just designed to, they want total control. If the people wanted to rise up right now and stand on the Constitution, they could tell them to bugger off. But as what I worry about is we just, you know, people just keep complying and keep. So that's why I'm so glad to see this coalition of people come together and decide, yeah, we're going to go with the Constitution. I don't know much about this group, but I did look it over today, and everything that was on this thing was A++. I mean, it all sounds good, right? But you never know.
This is the logic I'm getting out of it. Not only can you become a congressman straight out from Hooters, you can also be a doctor.
Right. Or a mayor.
So if AOC says she can cure your cancer with a toothpick, then you got to let her do it.
No.
That's the realization it is. You can't go against them. When they say something, you can't fuck it.
But people got to stand up right now.
Half the damn doctors, they call them practitioners of medicine, so they're still practicing, so they don't even know if they're. That's why they tell you, here, take this and see if it works. Let me know what it does.
Right.
It's like, if you don't know, why should I take it?
Bonnie, would you share that link in the chat? That's the link of the Institute. And it shows what they stand for at the very top of it. You have to hover your mouse over it, and then it lights up their what they do.
Hello, Navy Vet. So
Issues, cases.
you
It's
want me
more
to
than
share
just
that in
Humboldt.
chat?
Yeah, could you share it in chat,
Yes, I can.
please? They have more than just Humboldt going on.
You ever
So
look at the board of 10,000 doctors?
I
got to find that site for it. It's something to that order, but it's 10,000 doctors from the United States, Canada, all over the world. There are all these doctors that have been shamed because they said no to the pokey jab. Roll your sleeve up.
Navy Vet 103's been putting up some good videos too.
Just a
There's
good.
Bye, Navy Vet. Appreciate all you do, bud.
Yes.
I hope D-Dog looks this over. Let me know what you think of it. They look really good to me. I like what they got going on.
Every time you're on cam, D-Dog looks it over pretty good.
Camera?
Yeah.
Do you know a senator called Gossar? G-O-S-A-R?
Gosar?
Yes.
I've heard it. Can't remember where he's from.
Or maybe he's a representative. House of Representatives. If he is trying to get this bill, it doesn't have a number on it yet. Like it just says HR 117th Congress, second session, to allow states to authorize state and local law enforcement officers to enforce the provisions of federal immigration law relating to unlawful entry into the United States. And this act may be cited as the Empowering States to Deport Illegal Immigrants Act. I'm praying that that gets passed. Yeah, Paul, whatever you said, Gosser has just introduced the Empowering States to Deport Illegal Aliens Act, which would allow for mass deportations without the approval of the potato regime.
All these inbred billionaires pushing buttons and making them do this, or not making them, paying them. What did it burn up? Burn up.
Hi, Catherine. Good to see you.
What? That was ridiculous.
I saw YouTube recommended a crazy story to me today, and I watched it. I wonder if you guys seen this one. It was of a guy. What?
I've heard this, what Navy Vet's talking about. And they just made the biggest drug bust ever. With, I can't remember how much it was, and I can't remember where I put it. It's probably in my Facebook Messenger. Oh, there's Carl. Hey, Carl.
Hey, Carl.
What do you think, Carl?
No. All I can say, Dee, is thank you very much, Dee. That was very generous.
Oh, honey, I love ya.
Yeah, the powers that be, all the ones with the big money, they got to have their Frankenstein parts.
That's gross. That scares me.
Dee, I know what the little tiny one is, but what's the unmarked one? But what is that?
It's a salve. It's
Okay.
the bomb. It's for pain.
All right.
So is one of them skin? Does one of them say it's for skin?
Yep.
Okay, good.
One little tiny one says it's for that, and the other one was unmarked.
And that, yeah, because, yep, that's what you get.
Bonnie, you see where there's 16 or 20,000
Put it where
pieces
it
of that
hurts.
fentanyl, that rainbow fentanyl, in a box of Legos? What would happen if the kid
Yes.
was that off his shelf?
That's the one I'm talking about. And it
Headed
was
for New York.
it was being transported to New York. Yes.
70% of organ donations come from overdoses.
Well,
Another scandal I'm just waking up to.
I'm
It's like the Twilight Zone,
telling
Carl.
you.
Carl, this is
That's what I
gross.
said the other night. It's not like it. We are in the Twilight Zone.
We are
It's
in
just-
hell. It's like purgatory, isn't it? Feels like it. I don't believe in purgatory. I'm just saying.
Every
If there
time I
was
think they can't come up with something new, boy, don't say that. Don't even think it.
Never ask it. What
No.
next?
No.
Don't
Don't
ask
even.
for patience. Don't do that.
No.
Right, Bonnie? We don't pray for
Yes. No, patience is something you just learn as you go. Don't ask for. Yeah.
Carl, that is called The Bomb on our website, creationsbest.net. I mean, .net. And it's called The Bomb because the combination of frankincense, marjoram, and lemongrass is known as the most powerful pain reliever in the essential oil world. But there's also copaiba in there. You could go to creationsbest.net, and if you look up The Bomb, that's what that one is.
I'm gonna seal them up in little tiny sealed packages and put them in my medical kit. I thank you very much.
Yeah, try them out too if you get hurting. I put them on my feet every day. I'm pretty sure that's why I stay healthy, because the frankincense alone is if I could just have one. Well, if I could just have one, I'd have tea tree. But if I could have two, I'd have frankincense also.
I
I'd have
don't have
those.
no aches or pains.
That's great. Good.
Just let me post this.
Your feet might hurt.
We do a lot
sometimes.
of study.
Put them on your
I
feet.
mean, right now I don't. I mean, so I'll save it.
Yeah. Good.
How long? How long of a shelf life you think it's got?
Oh, a long time. At least a year or two. That's good. It was froze. It was in the freezer for 20 minutes. So as long as it doesn't freeze and melt too many times, but it doesn't really melt back. It should be fine. It lasts a long time. The worst thing that could happen is the shea butter might get a little gritty if it gets really cold. But did you like the little test lab paper about the red apple goldenies? Wasn't that
Yeah,
cute?
yeah. That's like right from the store, you know.
Well, that's a tested lab. That's actually what we use in the South. But those aren't the flowers you got. Just saying.
When you go into the stores up here, they give you the whole sales pitch, and if you delve in and ask questions, they'll give you all kinds of paperwork. Heck, D, I go into one. It was like I come out of there with swag. I think they call it swag, a bag full of stuff. You know, free lighter and free stuff.
I got a hat from up north last time. Just me post this. Hello. Gucci.
I got a do-rag and stickers. Now you remind me, I did get a do-rag.
A do-rag, huh? Well, for your do hair? For your hair?
Yeah, to protect my do.
Okay. Can we see it? I'd like to see that.
What tech?
I don't know where that's at right now. That's in a bag of stuff somewhere.
Dee, do you know? Just let me post this.
Do I know about this tech? No, I don't know what that means.
I'm just asking if you know who this is because they mentioned you. And okay.
Mm-mm.
I'm just relying on you guys to read the chat.
Friend or foe? We want to know.
Yeah, friend or foe? Because I don't put up with foe for long at all.
Nope, we don't.
And Bonnie don't.
Yes,
Wow.
well, I'm
Foes
from
make you foes make you stronger.
Yep. 2 of us are from the South.
Girl don't know what PPP stands for.
Thank you, Navy Vet.
You talking about personal protection equipment?
Nope. Puff, puff, pass. You can name all of us if you like. If it makes you, well, why would you want to do that?
Thought you
Are
said
you a
PP.
friend? Are you a
I thought
friend? Or are you a problem person? Are you a troubled
who,
person?
me? Who are
You
you
have no-
talking to, Dean? Me or the chat?
It's
I'm
someone
talking
in chat
to
that
not you.
we haven't.
PPE is protective. It helps your mind. It protects it.
Why are
I
we
love you,
doing what we are doing?
I'm like, what's going on here, man?
Oh my gosh.
We all want to see Bonnie stoned with a thing of frosting.
We are
Why are
doing
you-
what we're doing because we care about our country and God and our families. That's why we're doing what we do.
And we're having fun.
And our neighbors.
We like to have fun because we're fun people.
Yeah, that
You're
too.
not familiar with fun people, are you? That must be sad for you. Stick around and have some fun. And just, be cool.
Why does he have what, Cat?
I'll be here. I'll be normal.
Orange
turtle
out
swirling. Maybe you need to go. For
for
study.
study on learning and no harm.
Oh, well,
Huh.
that's good.
So what are you studying?
People.
Patience.
Studying people. Hi, Tennessee.
Yes,
Good to see you.
Tennessee. God, country, and family.
There was a damn mouse in the cabinet here.
What the fuck? Dude,
I didn't do nothing.
you did something. Did you restart the whole thing? I just said restart it. I didn't say you did something. Fucking took off all it.
Yeah, D. The other stuff I liked a lot. I got a lot done since I got into that.
Oh, good. All right. Glad it's gotten to use. It make good medicine too. That's what I figured. Even if it's not enjoyable the other way, it can make good salve and whatever. I was in a hurry, so I didn't have stickers, time to put it on. I was fighting the post office closing. I was bummed. I forgot another thing. I wanted to send a lip sample of some lip stuff we make. I forgot it, and then I used to have some essential oils laying around too with Sarah, but she's been working, 40 hours a week. She had her birthday. She turned 40. So I think you should take out Orange out, Bonnie. I think they're just gonna spam you and make you lose your channel for some reason. You're just typing a bunch of spammy words.
So this is
You can't type
StreamYard,
stuff
right,
like
Bonnie?
that.
Because my buttons have changed.
Yeah, you're in StreamYard.
Yeah, this is
The buttons are different suddenly on my phone. Now it's giving me an option I'm afraid to touch. It says more.
Maybe
Well,
that's great.
They did do an update on the desktop too because they changed share into present.
Well, what is more and why is there 7 notices on it?
I was just fixing to tell Orange he had all this knowledge and stuff. He needs to inform us so we know what it is. He's got to be the answer man. If he's got all these epiphanies and he must be right.
He gone, honey. He gone.
I want to see the proof. I'll start a live up just so he can get up there and show me and convince me, prove me wrong.
What am I
Yeah, there you
missing?
go. Chuck can chew on you for a while. I'd
He's
watch
gone.
that.
He's gone.
I enjoy a good ass chewing once in a while. It's one of my things.
But I love what Navy Vet said too. You need a doll to show us where Trump hurt your feelings.
Yeah. Maybe a trophy and a blue star sticker for something else. Somebody probably didn't give him a trophy today.
These retards love.
Your feelings. Your feelings are hurt. Oh,
They love potato all the way to a nuke in one hand at $8 a gallon gas in the other.
10.
They're about as stupid as they can get.
Yep.
Got no patience for the dividers. I get really mean when people come in to divide. I notice anymore.
So you're telling me there's somebody in chat with the ID of Orange Out?
They're
Yes.
gone. She got rid of him.
Yeah, it's
Yes,
blocked.
but even if they would have got rid of them, I would still be able to see it.
No, I can't see him anymore. It's
Bonnie
disappeared.
got rid of it on this side.
Yeah, it's gone. For
They're
good.
disappeared. They out of here like an 86.
Like nuked.
We're a fun
I
group.
missed it all. What the heck?
Haven't got time for
I wanted to play with them, Mom.
Haven't got time for them anymore.
I need to get the doll out and touch it where it hurt me.
Hey, Bonnie, guess what I did? I trimmed my own pony's feet yesterday.
Eric, that's what you get for you. You trimmed
You trimmed your what?
My mini horse's feet. I trimmed his feet.
Oh,
real good, like a
pro.
A lady who can't get a hold of a farrier.
Yeah.
You better do something with your horse who's got long toes and it puts him in pain. He gets chronic laminitis. So I watched.
You know, those are rare these days. Even up here, farriers are rare.
I got to do it myself. And I got to do the mare too. And she's a meanie. She almost kicked me in the head the other day. And yeah, she's just really kind of skittish. But Mr. Ed and his boy are not skittish. I got to do the baby too. Friday, I got to do his feet too.
Wow.
But I've touched him since he's born, and he's not. You know what I mean? I think it'll be okay. But I haven't put a halter on him. Is the bad thing. Not one time because I can't find one little enough for his little head. I've bought two, and I'm like, these are too big. But that's a bad excuse. I know.
That's a tough
All right,
job.
Bonnie, I'm going to experiment and I'm going to touch this button. If I'm gone, I might be back. All right.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh, that's not a bad idea. I should put a horse helmet on. Probably I could. I couldn't do a motorcycle because I got to see, and it's hard enough to see. And it's like you're bent over, your back hurts, you're breathing heavy. Now I know why you always hear him breathing heavy. Because there's this one farrier, man, he kicks ass. He just comes and he gets a foot done in like 3 minutes. And he only really uses the clippers. You know, the nail clippers. He don't really use anything else. But I was watching a guy yesterday and he was using a couple different tools. And they found a nail in one horse. Poor horse. Yeah, and they didn't even know he had it in his foot. And then he had like he had an abscess in the under part of his.
I just don't see how that happens or that they didn't know it. When we were working the horses.
You know, they knew he was hurting and lame, which is why they sent the guy there to look at him. But you couldn't see the nail until he cut it. And then part of the horse's hoof was on the ground. And then he looked later, a couple minutes later, and he's like, oh, what's this? And he picked it up, and it was in the and it was a roofing nail that had come out of the roof of their bed or something like that. Just small little.
What, it was festered in the hoof?
It was in his hoof, so that when he cut off the end of his hoof, that's when they discovered it. But he
Like
was
it's
lame and
toenail.
hurting, they just didn't know. His feet were long. Like my boy he just gets really miserable. I was looking at a picture of him a few months back when he was at his worst. You could just see the stress on a horse's face. They're all wrinkled up and just
Yes.
it's not a good look. It's been my boy is doing so good. He's just never allowed to be on green pasture again. I have to soak his hay, keep his feet trimmed. And I bought some shoes, but they're not staying on him after a month. They were staying on him. Now they're not staying on him.
That's true. YouTube
Gotta figure a way to
videos.
keep them on him. Yeah, the farriers. I've been watching them for weeks. I love it.
Yep.
When I make myself get away from politics, it's usually something about horses or homesteading. I find some good videos. There's a lot of. It's just endless, isn't it, you guys? It's like, oh.
I wanted to be educated, though. I wanted to hear the opinions of the Tide Pod. Don't know how to describe a woman and men can get pregnant crowd.
Oh, that was a while ago. Yeah. What was that about?
Oh, orange out. I did. It's the first time y'all took a breath, and I could throw some more in.
Sorry. You was at the store too, so I was talking to you when you weren't even here. They're like,
Right.
Chuck went to the store, D. I'm like, oh, okay. I was talking about that channel we were in today. But I'm gonna shut up now and let you talk.
Yeah, D, get you one of them hoof doctors over there. One of the guys do the cows and the horses where they trim the hooves real good, and then they fit them up for a horseshoe to get them back used to it.
That's a farrier. She doesn't have any.
They got them ones. They got YouTube videos, like the hoof doctors or whatever they call them.
Yeah, I'm watching them. I'm watching them. And my vets kind of gave me. I have X-ray of his cushion bone too, but the thing is, his cushion bone has protruded a little bit, like 18%, which is not good. That's what
Can
happens.
y'all excuse me for just a minute?
Yep.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, them hoofs are a pain in the ass. Their feet are a pain in the ass. Those horses' feet.
I wouldn't want to do the job of that guy that does the cows. That's just like, wow. I was watching one the other day, and the cow crapped on his head.
Oh, gross! Really? Oh my gosh. Yeah, I saw there was a video with it, but
That makes a really crappy day, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'd be like, I quit. I'm done.
Yeah, that's a good idea. My cousin makes a good 3D. He has a 3D printer. He probably could do that. He'd send me the thing to make a mold. Yeah, I bought a second set of these boots because at first they were working so great, but then they started to slip off, and I thought, I better get a backup pair. And then they came, and they're too big. They're just like a little bit bigger. And I thought, okay, it's because his feet are too long, and I got to cut his feet back, which that didn't really make sense because you'd think the more I cut off, the more looser they're going to be. The shitty thing is they make them with Velcro, and then they have replacement buckles for their bigger shoes, but they don't sell them for the mini horses. And that's lame because I need something better than this Velcro shit. That's the problem. It's Velcro. If it just stayed on, I even duct taped his boot the other day. And he still lost. Oh yeah, I love horses. Aw, nice.
You're duct taping his hoof to protect it while it heals. Is that what you're doing?
No, he has had duct tape around bandages on his feet to keep his feet dry and protected before I had the boot. And that's another thing I was thinking. Maybe I need to wrap his feet to make them a little bulkier.
You know, they got them things, them rubber pads you can put on there too that make them tilt forward or back or whatever, make it easier on them.
Yeah, I bought the pads too. They're so expensive. They were like, yeah.
Chuck, remember that stuff that you dip the handles and your pliers and wire cutters and stuff in to give it a new insulated handle?
Yeah, they make it like electric tape doing too. You can reseal wires.
Right. I was just wondering. I wonder if you could dip a hoof in that and make a rubber shoe.
Probably do it a few times. But If
Yeah,
they
that's
got
what I
it,
was thinking.
it could soak into their nail over there because their hooves are like our fingernails. They're kind of porous and they'll absorb stuff, so it could make them sick.
You could line their foot first with a plastic bag or something that would be a barrier.
Yeah, or use whatever kind of stuff they use. That guy uses on them when he puts them pads on there. He uses that caulking gun with that goo looking stuff that hardens quick. That they couldn't absorb that. Maybe put that on there to seal it, then put that over it.
Huh. But they go so fast too. That's the thing. It's like they'd have to, that would work for maybe a week, and then his nails grow. It's like, so if it's too, it's like I want it to be that fitting, but then maybe when they grow bigger,
It
longer,
pulls y'all off.
I don't know. They're not working. The boots aren't working. It's pissing me off. I wish they were. It's not. It's gonna start raining, and I want his feet protected. Because the mud, he's got problem with thrush and everything. It's not muddy now, but once it is muddy, I'll be wrapping him up in duct tape again. I have that's what the vets did. Okay, they actually take those garden pads, those knee pads, and they cut around the foot, and then they put iodine and stuff in the foot first, right? And then they put the pad on it, and then they wrap it with the sticky stuff, and then they make a duct tape, almost like a log cabin thing, right? They layer the duct tape so it makes a nice square, and then secure it that way. I mean, I'll have to do that, which sucks because the boots. I mean, that's what should do it. The boots should do it. I just need something to secure them better. I gotta find some horsey group and ask the ladies and guys.
Yeah, you need to get you a stoner horse whisperer out there that does all that.
Yeah.
We'll work for trading's product.
Yeah, rubber boots. Yeah, I mean that's what these are, and they have nice Velcro openings. They're really nice Cavello boots. They were great the first 3 weeks. They really were great.
I remember one guy years ago when I was doing it. He was a smith, and he'd come out there and he'd trim the horses down so well. He's trying to get all the cracks and all the marks and lines and everything out of it that he'd end up trimming them crooked, and then he would make his own shoes that were thicker, splinted, or kicked over to the side. And I've seen him do some of them. This was back in the early 80s, late 70s, and he'd even had this rubber stuff that he'd put on the bottom of them that line them and seal them after he nailed them on.
No, well.
But that
Yeah,
I never claimed to be a smith or none of that. I just broke them.
Yeah. There's all kinds of material now,
Chuck, if you kept breaking those horses, you got to get a bigger horse.
I quit doing them when one broke me, a Tennessee Walker.
Oh, I love them.
I thought he let all the air out, and I got him all saddled up, cinched up, and I put my foot in, swung my leg over, and when I swung my leg over, he let the air out. I went all the way over and landed on a hitching post on my side. I got up and I waddled my ass away from every 3 broke ribs and never went back.
Thank you, NC Debs. I'm going to write that down.
Walkers are good horses. That's what we had when I was growing up.
They're too damn smart. Mules are the same way.
Yeah, they are smart. Mules are smart. I had a tenant that had a mule. Oh my gosh, he was so noisy. Oh, so noisy. They're very noisy. I like to hee-haw a lot. Hi, kitty. Come here and give trouble. Well, I'm going to bounce out, you guys. It was fun hanging out with you. Oh, Chuck, that was a wild website. I wanted to ask you about that before I go. Get out of there. That's my poop. Have you ever been in there before?
Oh, AAP?
Is that what it was called?
Yeah. Yeah.
That couple? Oh, you have? Oh,
I went
that
in there
was fun.
and volunteered
They got high
my
energy over there.
like
They're
a
all
week
about
ago.
Oh,
He was
cool.
kind of mellow tonight compared to earlier than he is.
Really?
Yeah, he
Oh
gets
my gosh. Good
he
night,
gets
TJ.
stoned and he's like an auctioneer. Just
Girl, he gets me tired.
What'd Vicky say?
D, thank you again.
You're
He made
welcome.
me tired just watching him.
Well, she was real sweet. She was like, she said my name a bunch of times. I won some. Hey, what did we win?
I have no idea. I'm fixing to go there now. You made me think of it.
I'm gonna send them some. I'm gonna send them some salve for their giveaways for sure, because I think that'd be fun. But I'm like, yeah, I was telling Liberty Cowgirl, I'm like, yeah, we won too. She goes, what'd you win? I go, I don't know. I have no idea what we won. But that I don't know what their couple is, but yeah, they're very fun. Right on. And they said they've been doing it for 4 years and they just like to help people build their channels and that's what they do the whole time. And yeah, Liberty Cowgirl's like, well, if we're gonna promote our channels there, we'll be donating to them, you know. I mean, that's the thing
Yeah,
to
they
do.
are fun.
They are fun. They have great energy. I really like them a lot. So hopefully I'm bad with dropping links and stuff. Chuck was good. He got his link. He went and got his alternate after they mentioned they were doing their alternate.
Yeah,
So
somebody was trying to get like 3 more subs, and I
yeah.
went.
Yeah, they're cool. I'm gonna email them. I did take a screenshot if you need their email.
Who was it?
Did you get their email?
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I won. I don't know the name of the channel. I was just
Yeah, I
going
don't
through
see nothing in my
YouTube.
email yet either.
Yeah, I was going through YouTube and I'm like, oh, what's this? And so I clicked on them and I seen Chuck's name as the winner. And I'm like, what the hell? What is this? It was so next thing I know, I'm the winner. And they're like, ah, stand up, blah, blah. You know, and they were just like super fun. Although they did not know that Humboldt's and she was like, well, good weed grows everywhere. I'm like, yeah. I
Thank you,
get it. My
Dad.
husband said when he went to Indiana, they don't know Humboldt anymore. Like 20, 30 years ago, you said Humboldt County, people were like, oh, Humboldt, we heard of Humboldt, you know. Now it's like, so no special recognition for my weed over there, apparently, but glad you like it, Camo. All right, you guys.
It
I'll
was
see you later,
crazy.
Bonnie. Love you. Thank you. Good to see you,
You
Chuck, Camo.
leaving?
Everyone in chat, I love y'all. See you later.
Good night, D.
Love you, hon. I'll let you know
I'll be listening.
tomorrow. I got
I
a
gotta do some
card.
website work, so I'll be listening. You'll let me know tomorrow if you get
Yeah.
yours?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I have your tracking stuff, but I figured I wouldn't send it. Just let you get it. But I will see you guys around for show. And
Thank you for coming up.
thank you for having your show again. Okay, bye, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Love you.
Oh, by the way, Liberty Cowgirl and I are going on tomorrow in the middle of the day at like 2:30 my time. So
Okay. I saw
since none
that.
of us were getting notification, thought I'd let you know. And yeah, way to support each other. Love y'all. Bye. Bye, Vicky. Good night, honey.
Train.
I love that train, man. Bye.
Yeah, Gigi told me about them a while back, and
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I just re-emailed them.
so what happens if you email them?
It's supposed to be because of one, they're supposed to email them and find out what you want or whatever. I don't know what to do.
Oh, because you want to. Gotcha.
Bonnie, you been over there yet?
Gigi had me go over there once with her, and I just kind of watched, and then I was like, yeah, I don't know.
Energy.
Do what?
And high energy. I need some of it.
Oh yeah, I know. And that they do it.
I'm out of there when they're done eating.
I think they do it every day, don't they?
Yeah, and what Chuck said.
I'm not sure about every day. I've seen them on twice, I think. I might be missing them though too.
Hi, Guardian. I think I saw you earlier. I'm staying high again. Well, I'll wait and see what y'all win. I know I saw, I've seen a couple of channels do the giveaways. That's pretty cool. Hey, is anybody on that we can love raid?
Is what?
Is anybody on we can love raid?
I'll look.
You should start doing that again. Spread the love.
I don't see anyone yet.
Yeah.
No, none that I see.
Okay, I'm showing 2 lives. Let's see who this is.
You want to bring it up, Steve?
2 live crew.
Oh, that's who it is. It's David.
It's who?
David Divine.
I don't know. He didn't show up on mine. I don't know.
Do what?
He didn't show up when I looked. So I don't know.
Okay, let me. Wait. But this is oh, he's a huge channel. It's not David Divine, it's Steve Carloa.
How long you been on, Bonnie?
2.5 hours. I try to find small channels that need a pick-me-up.
Sounds like it's raining.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even subbed to him.
Oh, here's one.
I was.
I'm gonna copy link. Okay. This is crash area 111 and all right.
Mark B.
Hey. They've only got like 70 subs.
Doing this other job. Mexican workers before. Day after day after day. Some of you will know the feeling when you go to work and you're still sore from the day before.
I am still doing that with the
My fingers hurt. My finger muscles. My finger muscles hurt. I reckon my fingers are twice the size they used to be just because of the muscles that's required.
I'm not subbed to him either.
Yeah, we do a love raid on Crash Area 111.
Yeah, I'm in there.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm in there.
You're in there? Okay, I'm going to. Hey, wait.
Hey, Bonnie, I just wanted to jump up here and say, hey, I'm going to jump down.
Okay, Carl, thank you for coming up.
Well, I'll see you around. See you later, Chuck. See you later, Chat.
There, dude.
Have you? But
I'm already low rating. I'm in there by myself, low rating.
why did it show? I didn't put the right channel. It showed
I'm sorry, PM.
it showed they were live on YouTube, and I went straight to it.
On the public domain.
Well, I don't have the right channel, Yum.
Okay, the first panelist. State your name.
I'm gonna drop the link, Chuck, since you have it.
You want me to drop it?
Please.
Or you want it in private?
You can do it in regular chat. I was gonna do it in my phone anyway.
You can actually go over to the chat.
Hell, where is it? Oh, hell, let me find you again. There you are. Oh, hell, D-Dog put it here.
Oh, I can drop the link and publish out right here. Yes, sir. You go up there and click on chat. There's a chat box right at the bottom of it. Should be on the bottom right. But I can't mod people from there. You know, what I was thinking, if you drop the link in here, if we can get some people to come up here and chat, you can go back over to YouTube and do your modding. We won't even have to shut down. You can just go like wildfire. Okay, cool.
Oh, I didn't know it was Travis.
If you drop that in the chat, we can use that. I'm trying to get the chat back up there. I'm getting her ready to go. Good job. Look at you, babe. He's the cake. I'm a veteran, remember? You got the cake. Yeah. No, you're pretty savvy. No, I was about 22 years ago. It's, listen, when I retired, from active duty, I didn't want to see anything that looked like work, especially what I just had done for like over 22 years or 21 years, whatever the heck it was, 2 months and 4 days. But who was counting, right? Just to give you a quick background, I wanted to go to MacDill. And my first duty station, as far as the continental United States, they sent me all the way up from Central Florida, or Tampa, I guess you should say, all the way to Washington State. But anyways, and I never got stationed. The closest I got now, I really,
Did y'all love rate them? No. Sorry, G. Didn't realize. Mm. Oh well, I did it. We have to spread the love. No division. All right, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and shut this down. I think Mark B is live. I want to go and catch up with him. I think a lot of people already did.
Yeah, I don't hang around over in no more. A lot of people, I figure they don't come this way, my way. I don't go their way. It's kind of sad, but
yeah.
Got a real strong
people once they get over 1,000 get funny. But
4 bar screen. Really good signals.
They forget what it was like when they were little.
Now, does this happen? Yeah. Basically depends on my connection, or does it depend on your?
I'm over there. I'm gonna get out of there in a second. You're at 35.
Your signal will depend on your.
Good night, everybody.
All right.
Good night,
everybody. Night, Bonnie.
Night, Bonnie. I'm gonna get out there, say bye to them, and I'm done.
Okay. Night, Vicky and Chuck. Love
night. Much love. Bye.
Y'all have a good night. Thank you for joining us tonight. Hang in there. Stay positive. Pray. Talk to God. We got this. Thank you, Dee. Thank you all for being here. Love y'all. Have a good night, and God bless you.